What's up, everybody? This is RadTechShoe, and we are continuing our Devil May Cry 3 LP with part 13. So we're going to go ahead and get this bad boy started. Say goodbye to Royal Guard. I'm going to be using the newest fighting style we acquired, and that is Quicksilver. Quicksilver, as you know, as I mentioned earlier, it will give us the ability to manipulate time. It doesn't freeze time, but it'll significantly slow it down. And now that we're in the power-up menu, I'm going to purchase a new ability for Neven. I'm equipping Neven, and we're going to purchase a new ability. We have a blue orb fragment with a combat adjudicator that we need to get. And we need Neven for it. So, right through here, we're going to fight a bunch of pawns. And at the very end of the hall is a bishop. The bishop is pretty much the equivalent of a mage. It'll cast fireballs if you let it. But for the most part, like I said, the pieces of the, they're pretty simple. The pawns are. Destroy the bishop first. That's my best advice for this battle. Don't focus so much on the pawns. Destroy the bishop first, then tackle the pawns. Second wave comes in, you got more bishops and more pawns. Now right here, once the circular balls around the bishop ignite and you can see actual fire, at that point just double jump high into the air, use your guns to keep you afloat, and just, and the attack should completely miss you. It doesn't home, but it attacks all around the bishop. So just go ahead and deal with these guys however you see fit, but I would recommend taking care of the bishops first. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead, head through here, up into the spiral staircase, or should I say down the spiral staircase. We have a bit of a secret room to get, and it's right here. The third light, which is the oddly colored one, is where we'll find Secret Mission 8. This secret mission is pretty straightforward. We have to kill everything. There's no time limit, we just have to kill everything. In other words, just survive. However, we're fighting off against 3 arachne. And for each enemy we kill, another enemy will come take its place. So when we kill the smaller arachne, we'll fight against the larger ones. They'll come in and they'll replace them. And then, for the last stage of the battle, we will fight against 2 Hell Vanguard at the same time. You've seen me, we've dealt with 1, no problem. But 2 at a time can be quite difficult. It can be done, without using any items. And you're going to see me use the Quicksilver here. It's going to be used to great effect, especially against the Hell Vanguards. But for the most part, just deal with these guys. Like I said, even the groups of 3, the arachne aren't too tough. Just dodge them however you see fit. And right here is Quicksilver. As you can tell, they're still able to move, but they move incredibly slow. Now, what you also need to know about Quicksilver is it's not a style that you use for free. It eats up your double trigger. So if you use Quicksilver, your double trigger will slowly run out. And when you're at a double trigger, Quicksilver will deactivate and you'll be back to normal time. So now we're fighting against 2 Hell Vanguard. As you can tell, it's going to be difficult to dodge their teleport. When they teleport and then they try and attack us, either from below or from the side, it's going to be difficult to dodge all that because they love to do it together. They like to, have one attack me from below and then one will attack me from the side, like right there. Like they'll either do it at the same time or they'll do it back to back. It can be very frustrating. So right here, like I said, I'm just trying to whittle them down. These guys do take a good chunk of my life, but I never get in danger of dying to these guys. Like I said, I pretty much know what to do against these guys. It's not too difficult. It's just their repeated teleportation attacks. When they teleport, they come through the ground. Like I'm trying to attack one, and then right there I try and attack, and the other one gets me. So it's repeated. They're constant teleportation. That's the problem. And right there I killed one as he was coming out. So now that there's 1 left, it's a breeze. It's a cakewalk. These guys are no problem. 1-on-1. 2-on-1, they can be a little difficult, but with enough patience, you should be able to get it without having to use any items whatsoever. And the good news is, even though we lost a lot of health, this blue orb fragment will fill us up. So, now that we're done with that, let's move on. I'm just going to ignore this door. There's no real reason to go that way. At least not that I know of. Anyway, come down here, enter this door. And we've got a corridor with a lot of chest pieces down that way. But I'll come this way, jump high up on the wall, and get a Devil Star. Anyway, let's go this way and fight all the chess pieces. We have a bunch of pawns, and we have some bishops at the very end. So that was our first blue orb fragment, the first of 3 in this mission. So as you can tell, I'm just bypassing the pawns. I don't care about the pawns. They're no danger to me, really. It's the bishops that are the problem, because the bishops, I believe, also heal the pawns. When you wound, if you wound the pawns, they generate a circle beneath the pawns and it's green, and it doesn't damage Dante, so I'm assuming it's healing the pawns and recovering their life. I could be wrong. You know, I didn't stick around. I didn't let the bishop stick around long enough to really test that theory, so I could be wrong. But like I said, I prefer to take out the bishops first. So down that way we'll be going down that way later. Come on this way. We've got a small mirror puzzle to get. All right. So what we want to do is take out the top right one and then the top middle one. Cut it, knock down the wall, and then take out this second mirror. And bam, puzzle solved right there. Really quick, really easy. No fuss, no muss. Now, before we go get our item, let's come over here. Jump up, interact with the head, the skull over here, and we'll get another secret mission. This one is pretty simple in theory. Towards the end, it can get real difficult. So, what we have to do is we have to kill everything and not let any escape. No enemies are allowed to escape. So what this implies is we got to take advantage of the Hell Wrath and use them to blow up and damage the enemies. If it doesn't kill the enemy, then we have to pelt at them with their guns. So as you can see, I use Devil Trigger a little bit to do more damage, because the Hell Lusts do have a significant portion of health. So right here, Quicksilver's also doing a good job. You know, you can either Devil Trigger or Quicksilver, however you prefer. But once you pretty much get to once we get to the last section of this, here it comes. All right, the last one Hell Wrath, two Hell Wraths, three Hell Wraths. The last one, use your Devil Trigger, because this one goes by very quickly. It almost doesn't stop at all. As you can see, it's the one you're gonna screw up on if you screw up on any. You know, it's definitely the hardest one because you have very little time to deal enough damage to one of the Wraths. So, like I said, Devil Trigger or Quicksilver, you know, can save your butt in that little secret mission. So over here we've got a complete Ori Halcon, not just a piece or a fragment. We've got a complete gem. So let's go ahead and head back. Now we're going to double back and we're going to go find a way to use it. So, down here, we've got chess pieces now occupying the corridor. As you can see, there's the pawn, there's the bishop doing that little green magic circle thing. Like I said, I'm not sure what exactly it's doing. I don't let them live long enough to really find out, nor do I really care. You know, I mean, they have to die regardless, so what difference does it make? Anyway. Right there, you see the flames ignite, just jump up, and bam, just, you know, avoid all damage. Excellent. Alright, come on through. Now, we've got the third blue orb fragment to get. We need to equip Neven, so let's go down here, and we gotta use it. Now, this is probably the hardest, this is either the hardest or the second hardest one I've done thus far. We have to get a double S with Neven, and that is no easy task. This is why I bought the move for Neven earlier at the beginning of this mission, and I'm even jumping and using aerial attacks. This is definitely a difficult combat adjudicator to satisfy. I have to use every single move of Neven's, and I have to be careful not to accidentally repeat one. And it's pretty hard. You know, I must admit, I'm not that gifted with Nevin. I like to do just 1 or 2 moves with Nevin and that's it. So doing this is kind of difficult. You're gonna see me struggle to get this combat adjudicator, but I do get it. It just took me a while. So yeah, right there, I was so damn close, and I was just so mad. I was like, no, don't you dare go back down to an A. I worked so hard to get you up to there, and yet I have to keep fighting, keep trying. It's not much longer now. It won't be, you know, within a minute I'll get it, but it's just, this is definitely, if I'm gonna get carpal tunnel, this is why. But I got it. I got the blue orb fragment, and that's all the blue orb fragments for this mission. Now we're gonna go have a showdown with our brother Vergil. So, let's go ahead. Down below at the bottom is a large white orb to refill your devil trigger if you need to use it. And you can use error rate and other devil trigger abilities of Nevin on the combat adjudicator if you want. I chose not to. Alright, so let's use the Aura Halcon. Open the door. Head inside and initiate the cutscene.
Why isn't this working? Is there something missing? Must more blood be shed?
You seem to be in a bad mood.
Dante.
So, my mother's amulet is the key that unlocks the door to the demon world. Good plan, Pop.
Just the opposite, actually. Originally, it was the key to the demon world, but was given to humans as a gift.
It doesn't matter to me one way or the other. More importantly, I've come all this way. I'm sure you have time for one more game, right?
Why not? After all, we share the same blood. I'll just use more of yours to undo Daddy's little spell.
So, you want a piece of me, literally? Okay, bro. Come and get it, if you can.
Alright, so now it's Dante versus Vergil, round 2. So, Vergil is using Beowulf, if you notice, and he'll be using that for the majority of the fight. He will use his sword, but for the most part, he likes to do the melee combos of Beowulf. So, as you can tell, the combos that I do on him are pretty much similar. You know, just attack him when he deflects your attack, and and tries to counter. Just jump and avoid him. Here he'll use Devil Trigger, and he has a tendency to like to stay in Devil Trigger until you either deal enough damage to him. And right here I'm using Quicksilver, and Quicksilver kind of saved me. So Quicksilver is pretty good in this fight. But as you can tell, we just got to keep up the pressure, keep repeating the same pattern. Dante's attacks will be able to take Vergil's down, no problem. Just got to be patient, got to read his attacks. Don't be too surprised. When he's in Devil Trigger and you're not in Devil Trigger, or you just don't feel like losing a lot of health, when you jump and do a downward slash to come down on him, don't try and do a combo right afterwards. Like, don't try and do this right here when he's in Devil Trigger. Otherwise, he'll just fight it off and just retaliate, and he'll start, not hitting you for major life. So just go ahead and pick your spots. Try and avoid him when he's in Devil Trigger, except for the downward slash. And even still, as you can tell, it's, I got to be very careful. But once he gets out of Devil Trigger, he's pretty much easy pickings. It's the same as he always has been. So we're almost done. Let's just keep it up. Keep up the pressure. Don't quit. And as you can tell, I'm in no danger. This fight was a little easier than the first one. So let's just go ahead and finish him off.
sorry, but this is no place for a little girl. So beat it.
Shut up! You forced him into this!
Is that what you think? Foolish girl.
Bravo! Bravo! I never dreamed that things would go so smoothly. Well done, everyone. Well done.
You.
Don't be a bad girl, Mary. Or you can expect a spanking from Daddy later. Just as gonna spank you, but spank you on the
Insane buffoon! I don't know where you came from, but you don't belong here.
Now leave! Zowie, that was close. But you've taken quite a trouncing today, haven't you, Vergil? You could have chopped me into confetti by now if you were in tip-top condition.
Damn you.
You have lost.
Because you underestimated humans.
What's going on?
Good girl. Pure and innocent. Just like your mother.
You bastard!
It's time for your spanking, my dear. You want to know why the spell didn't break? Vergil? You have the 2 amulets and Sparta's blood. You had everything you needed to unleash the evil.
I told you before, I don't like anybody who has a bigger mouth than mine.
You are wounded and weak. Even I can do this to you.
2 amulets. A set of Sparta's blood. Now, I need one more key. He sacrificed 2 things to suppress the tremendous force of this tower. His own devil's blood and a mortal priestess. I needed you, in whose body flows the same blood as the sacrificed woman. His spell cannot be undone without your blood.
It was quite a ride, you know. If any of you had died before getting here, our little plan would have gone to waste. Ha! Therefore, my job was to make you battle each other in order to weaken you. But at the same time, I had to guide you here and make sure that you were kept alive. I even went so far as dressing like a complete idiot. It's time for bed, Mary. You can visit your dear mother. Whoa!
Try me.
It's time for the clown to bow out, Arkham.
Dude, the show's over.
Impressive. I expected nothing less from the Devil's descendants. But aren't you forgetting something, Vergil? The spell is broken. What do you think will happen next? Let's welcome chaos. Just sit and wait. Wait for the birth of a new god. I shall take over the power of Sparta!
And that is the end of Mission 13. So that was a pretty good mission. We got to test out Quicksilver. We had a little fun with that. And we managed to kick Vergil's ass. But we did discover that Arkham is Jester, and he's still alive. So we're going to have to deal with him down the road eventually as well. But for now, we're just going to go ahead, save our game, overwrite our data. And I'll play with Quicksilver a little bit next mission, but then I'm going to go back to Trickster. I want to level up Trickster I want to try and get it to level 2. You know, and Gunslinger's almost at level 2 as well. Anyway, I will see you all in the next mission. This is RadTech Shu, signing off.